Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the Philosophical podcast. My name is Luca. I'm joined by Jordan,
Hi
Emon,
guys.
and Lou. This week is going to be slightly different from last week, where we had a full plan, because this week we're going to dedicate a bit more time to My Hero, since it will be receiving the cover and lead colour page of the SJ magazine to commemorate its 6th anniversary and ongoing war arc.
Hell yeah.
Also, the series will conduct its 6th popularity poll. So the main chunk of this podcast is going to be us predicting the outcome of the top 10. So if you're not caught up, completely up to date with the war arc, I'd suggest coming back to this at a later date, because there will be a lot of spoilers. We're not going to be holding back at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is purely for My Hero.
You have been
warned. This is your spoiler warning.
Okay, cool.
Before we get into that, though, we're gonna, because the guys have been playing Ghost of Tsushima a lot this week, we're going to give some first impressions on that.
Yep.
And we're gonna also review the week of watching series and
what we've been reading and watching,
and what we've been reading, and then we'll move on to the My Hero stuff.
My Hero section. Nice.
Okay, so I've been told that Jordan has played the least of Ghost of Tsushima, so we'll start with his first impressions on that.
Okay. Yeah. So first week of playing it, right? So after I was talking to Emon about it last week, and the reviews I saw saying like it's basically like it's good, but it's not like great. So far I'm about 8 to 10 hours in, and I completely disagree with that. I think it's actually really good, and I think it's actually like for the aesthetic it was going for. You know what, right? I don't want to talk too early because obviously I haven't seen loads of the story yet. Like I'm not even like probably halfway through Act 1, right? But so far, it's built up to like a 10 out of 10, a masterpiece. Another dub for PlayStation.
It is
it's looking great so far. But yeah, all I can say is the characters are great so far, and I'm really enjoying the combat. At first, I wasn't too sure on the combat, I can't lie. When I was playing it at first, it was a bit like I wasn't sure. And then when I've got more stances and all these different things you can unlock, it's great. It's brilliant. I definitely recommend.
It's got a lot more depth than when you first think.
Yeah, and that's how far I've gone. I don't even know how far you guys have gone. So, like, I'm eager to hear more about what you guys think about it, more than me, to be honest.
Without giving away too much spoilers.
Lou, do you want to go next?
This is probably definitely probably one of my favourite games I've played on PS4. It's up there. I mean, Final Fantasy Remake, Spider-Man, and I'm probably missing other games, but I think I think that the way it looks and the way it plays, I think it's just a game that I enjoy so much.
Visually, it's actually insane.
Yeah, visually, I was saying to Jordan and Emma, I think the other day when I was on PS4, just the fact that they put in detail that like when you sleeve your sword and you swipe all the blood off the sword. Yeah,
that's
like the finest detail like that looks so graphically like amazing.
It's just pleasing, isn't it? Like,
it makes
so satisfying.
Something that simple, just like, and so satisfying. It's like, do you know what? I'll happily stop and kill these Mongols just so I get to do that again.
I love how immersed I can get in that game, like because of stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Like I've been playing, I've played it a lot. But like for example, I've not even finished Act 1 because I've been completing the whole island because I'm happy doing all the other stuff before I've even carried on the story.
Yeah, it's so good.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think I didn't read reviews like you did because I wasn't really. It's like anything. Like I was a bit worried because I felt like this game was highly anticipated.
Yeah,
and I was constantly waiting, and I was constantly looking forward to it. That I didn't want to see any reviews, and it ruined why I thought of the game. But no, I'm glad I didn't because I really enjoy it. I think I like Jin's story so far. He's been through a lot, and I really like the other characters as well. The ones that you
meet along the way and recruit. A lot. Even the side quests are really good so far. You know, like good stories and
side
stuff.
Quests are good. Some of and I like the fact that some of the side quests aren't like we know how like side quests can be in games where they can be like really, really like tedious and long-winded. Yeah. Some of them are like quick and easy. Like it's not that hard. Like you just quickly go and you might have to run and get something and then come back and it's like oh well. I will say one.
I'm kind of like I agree with you on some points of that because like tedious ones are annoying, but then like some of them do kind of like end abruptly in that game. I find a bit like I thought it was going to go on for longer, and then it's like, oh no, you've done your job. You may now leave. And it's like, okay, that's not really.
I've done what I needed for you. You've saved me, but please leave now.
Because there's like I had one where it was like this whole lady who set you up to go get her rice or something from this camp.
I know which one you mean.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was funny. That was funny. And then you go there, and I thought it was going to be like, oh, you was going to get like more interactions with her, and it's just like, no, that's done. I was like, oh, okay.
There's one thing that I've been waiting for since they showed the first gameplay of this game. Yeah. So we all know the Lady Masako.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, don't.
And if you remember, the first gameplay is you meeting her.
Yeah.
And you go find a monk or something, and then you end up dueling her.
Yeah, right. That happened, didn't it? Fuck. Because I wasn't sure about that.
I'm constantly waiting because I'm like, at the minute, everything seems so fine. I'm like, how did it get to this point? Like,
she's gonna break.
So,
I mean, can you blame her though? She's lost everything.
No, yeah,
everything. No, but this is what I'm saying is like
that story so good.
I think I was really impressed with the story that the other characters had. Like before we were going to start the podcast and we were going to talk about it. What I was going to say is, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but you know the other like the sensei with the bow.
The bow guy. Yeah,
something like that. His story intrigues me because he's built up his student.
Yeah,
his student like he's built her up to be like this monster. Yeah. So I'm hoping that like when you fight her, she's one of the hardest characters that you actually duel against because some of the duels have been quite easy.
I want to quickly step in. Sorry, like the one thing I find ironic.
You can take over if you want.
Yeah, all right, no worries. So the one thing I find ironic is that with Tomoe, she's strayed off the path of samurai. So she's she acts more like a bandit and all that. But it's kind of funny though because you as Jin, you kind of go against your own code of conduct. If you decide to go through the assassination.
Ghost.
So in some ways there is some irony there because obviously the way you've been taught has to be fight with honor, head on, stare your opponents down, not be cowardly. A lot of that stuff. Like his uncle believes he's a genuine samurai, but obviously depends on how you played. They will reference that in the story.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing like how much of an influence that has because I most of the time I've been playing like standoff and samurai-esque this first playthrough. But I have occasionally gone for the assassinate route, like on certain bits.
It depends. It depends on the size of the camps, really. If you some of them.
There was a cutscene. There was a cutscene that I got, and then since that cutscene, I've gone more samurai. Because I'm like.
When you assassinate?
For me, I don't. That doesn't bother me too much. I still do whatever.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't the. I'm not talking about the cutscene that they like.
No, I know you're not talking about the first. You're not talking about the first one. I know what you're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about the first one. I'm talking about one I got after that.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm not sure about that. I feel like it's not even my uncle, but I feel like I'm letting him down.
I know what you mean there, but like we can't reveal too much about it.
No, we can't. But
quick question from me. I know Jordan hasn't played this game, but I know Lou, you have. How would you compare it to The Witcher?
It reminds me of like a Red Dead Witcher sort of game. That style of game. How would I compare it to Witcher? Is it better than Witcher?
In terms of like just world building, yeah.
Well, I can't give a fair statement of that because I've not seen the whole world yet.
But I mean,
I've only seen one part of the island compared to all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I haven't played The Witcher for years.
I don't feel like it will be as good as Witcher in terms of world building.
No, I don't think the world building. I don't think it will.
You have to remember, this game is designed to have 4K as well, so like it's gonna be more aesthetically pleasing.
It's gonna be aesthetically pleasing. It's just the fact that it's built on. It's not real world, but it is. like in terms of like the locations are meant to be like
they
realistic.
tried to keep it more realistic.
Witcher is creating like a whole world. I don't think it's going to be Witcher in any of that kind of.
I'm not talking about
but like, gameplay maybe.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking
basically,
about
Luca, you're setting up this agenda that you don't want the game to be better than The Witcher.
No, I'm just curious because I might get it.
I would say yes.
If you're gonna get it, if you're gonna get it, I would get it. But to me, it reminds me more of Red Dead than it does The Witcher. I feel like.
The Red Dead aspect is more like the horse riding and all that stuff. Like
I don't know. The way you explore and everything, it's a little bit more similar to that than I think anything else. But even the combat, I was going to say about the combat, they've even taken like the combat sort of. It reminds me a bit of. So everyone knows about the stances, which is a bit like Neo. Switch stances, but I don't know about you, but in For Honor, when someone does a heavy attack, it highlights it red. So when someone does it reminds me a bit of that. That's where
I didn't even know that. But that's
so when you do a heavy attack in For Honor, it highlights red in the area they're going to attack.
Yeah,
right.
So that's what that reminded me of.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I mean, you also get your general indications from enemies if they're gonna hit. If it's telling you to dodge or parry, kind of thing. But But I want to quickly pick up on in terms of going back to the visuals. Have you guys tried going around the coastlines and the lighthouses?
Yeah,
they're amazing.
Amazing.
It's crazy.
Honestly, you get the photo mode they have. I took a picture on that. I was like, you could tweet.
So some of the ones I've seen, man. Oh my god, they're so cool when you're playing it. But
that photo mode is crazy. It's such a cool thing that they've added.
And you get a trophy for it as well, so it's worth doing.
Yeah.
Anyone's on that 100% grind.
Oh, I am going for that plat. I am plat. I don't I am you said. I am 100% exploring everything, trying to get all the collectibles on the way.
There hasn't been a point where there hasn't been a point where I've put it down after I've come back from work and played it where I'm like I want to stop. I feel like I always want to go do the next bit on that game. So I think that highlights how enjoyable it is, really.
There's another thing. So in terms of NPC interactions as well, the fact that you get cutscenes even with ordinary peasants and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of games will just make it a text to speech or whatever. Nothing too crazy about it.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Anyone have any final comments, or are you ready to
get the game? 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I was about to say recommend hard.
PlayStation for life.
Yeah, I recommend it. I think even if you don't think it's as good as a game that maybe some of us might think it is, I still think it's a game that you enjoy.
You
might not rate it as highly.
It's an exclusive that's worth getting. It's a game that you enjoy.
Yeah. If you're on a PS4, it's worth it.
That's a big problem for me nowadays.
PS4 is worth getting compared to
every time I buy a game, I always feel disappointed by it and I've wasted 50 quid. So I'm a bit hesitant to pre-order stuff nowadays, but it's what it is.
I would. Yeah, definitely it's worth a buy.
Luca, you're the harshest critic here, so that'd be why.
Yeah.
You're your own critic at this point.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
I'm pretty sure you could pick up a 10 out of 10 game, perfect story, and you're like, God damn it, that pixel was wrong. I'm not sure if I could even enjoy this game anymore.
It dropped a frame. I paid £50 for it to drop a frame.
No, it is good.
Luke will get a game, and he'll be playing Ghost, and he'll be like, I need my Geralt DLC. I need Geralt. It's just not Jin. Jin's not it. I need Geralt.
Oh, actually, that will be his complaint. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on now. Okay. So I'll throw it back to Emon to get us started on what you guys have been doing on the channel. So Emon, I know you've watched a couple of shows solo, so.
Okay, so let's see. So we had Food Wars come out recently, episode 3 and episode 4 today, which I've reviewed. That one is talking about this brand new tournament, this time skip they've had, and I mean it's a really interesting concept where you have normal chefs facing underground chefs that they're called the Noirs. They're quite. I'll quickly give a brief description. They're literally unique chefs where one of them could use a chainsaw and precisely cut meat with it, Someone uses 6 types of pots and pans. Like they're like crazy with this shit with the cooking and all that. But yeah, I mean it's still the same kind of. You still get your ecchi moments as well. Whenever you have your food gasms.
Definitely. It sounds like an extreme. It sounds like an extreme version of MasterChef.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Think of it like over the top, like.
Oh man.
But yeah,
I need to see Harry on.
To be fair, it's not as ecchi as it used to be. Like they toned down on that. Other anime, Ahiru no Sora, carrying on with their So what they did was unique. So they focused on half the episode on a different team they're gonna take on soon. This team they're gonna take on is second in the prefecture, and they're quite a unique team. Guess what? They have a first year who's Ginger as well, and he's very good. Like he's a lot better than Kai. I'm not gonna say Ichigo. No,
Ichigo.
No, it's Fua. But yeah. Well, so joint ones we've done were Deca-Dence. If you want to go over that one.
Yeah, Deca-Dence. Oh, that was a brilliant episode. Like, I think we've spoken about it quite a lot since and stuff. But like, how episode 1 kind of intrigued me.
Yeah.
Episode 2 made me feel iffy. Episode 3 got me straight back into it. That was like my, from the video and stuff. That episode really got me. Like, I really thought it was a really good episode.
They definitely explained a lot more, luckily.
Yeah, and it was like the stuff they were explaining last episode. I didn't even know if I really liked where they were going with it.
Yeah.
And now that they've explained more, like you're saying, like I'm actually kind of fully on board now. I'm like, really looking forward to it. Kind of thing.
Like, there's this little pet called his name is Pipe.
Pipe.
He is adorable. Don't take the term literally, but
oh, poor little Pipe.
But we think he has a key role in this. He's quite he's quite vital.
Oh yeah, like he's gonna be massive. Like oh well, it seems like it anyway. I'm like intrigued by like what he is, and it's
and the other one is as we call it, waifu wars with Rent a Girlfriend.
Rent a Girlfriend. Yep.
I need to watch episode 3.
My guy.
Yeah,
so we need to react to it tonight.
Yeah, we'll do another reaction to that later. So I've still only seen the first 2 episodes, but so far, pretty good.
I like it.
I hate who I meant to hate.
Got me pissed.
Yeah. So anyone that knows the ex-girlfriend, she's a psycho. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, she's an evil woman. She is a demon.
But I also have issues with the main character in terms of he doesn't stick up for himself. He's lacking confidence. Honestly, the guy is like he's just.
I am shipping him and what's her name?
Miara.
Yeah, I'm shipping.
The main girl. I really like her. I do like her.
They're probably going to end up together, but he don't deserve her. Honestly, he's such a.
At this point, no, he doesn't. But at the same time, he's paying bare piece for her.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about him. To be honest, I feel like.
Yeah,
it's weird. I don't dislike him, but you just can't watch him.
I can't feel sorry for him though, because he.
That's what I mean.
But like the one character I'm looking forward to is the girl with the blue ribbon as well. The third character. I think I'm gonna like her as well. But I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I mainly ship the main character. The main girl with him.
Oh yeah. So, I think that's probably gonna happen even from the opening and stuff. Yeah. But. Yeah,
I get the feeling that she already likes
it. It's hilarious so far.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's gonna be your typical ones where they actually do like each other, like each other. But I don't know. It's just gonna be like I think she's gonna get more jealous over time in terms of if he interacts with the other girls. That's
Rent another girlfriend.
Rent another girlfriend.
Spend even more money.
Like renting 5.
He needs to avoid his ex at all costs. Seriously, like the ending of the last episode, we know it's not going to actually happen, but
definitely.
Yeah, I sent a message to Jordan that night because it was the night of the cup semi-final, and I said that I'd watched Rent a Girlfriend, and I was like, I need you and Eamon to watch it because I'm not happy right now. I was like, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
pissed. Yeah. That was fun.
Well, I think today's episode is gonna have a beach episode, as in a typical anime thing.
It's called Beach and My Girlfriend.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Oh,
but yeah, God. And then and then we have our our manga reviews as well. I mean, Jordan, you want to explain your time paradox?
Oh, so good, guys! I want you to read it. It's really good, right? Okay, so last few chapters, this massive plot twist happened, and it's just been going from like crazy to crazy, and like it's kind of been building up to it. But then the latest chapter, then so I thought something big was going to happen. Chapter 10 recently, so in chapter 9 it ended, and I was like, right, we're gonna start this little battle thing, right? Like between these two characters, like these two manga creators.
Yeah.
And then it just jumped, and all of a sudden, you're not following the main character, you're following this other character, and then it's skipping like time really quick.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, something bad happens, and you're like, "What just happened?" Like in terms of like that chapter.
Is it literally a time paradox, as in the, you know, it's just
maybe.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it's just like different timelines. You know, like kind of like multiverse, but like I don't know, like
Well, so the way I see it is like. So the main premise, I don't know if you know the premise of it, right? But the guy gets sent a like Shonen Jumps from the future.
Yeah.
From this girl. Sorry, if the girl is the manga creator from the future, right?
Okay.
So 10 years in the future. It's a series called White Knight, and he starts getting them, and he's like, "This is amazing." Yeah. So he doesn't. So he's like, "There's no way this is actually from the future." He's like, "But this is such a good idea." So he starts drawing it and publishes it to Shonen Jump.
Oh no! So he's
it,
stealing it,
and he's like, "Well,
the timeline."
Yeah,
and then
the timeline. Oh, right.
And then
that's
plagiarism. And then
How long as he Harvard references it?
And then he's like, "Well, yeah," and he's like, "Well, it's 10 years in the future, so even if this person did do it, there's no way they'd even have thought of White Knight yet." But they had been making it like 10 years prior. So
right,
like, this person always had an idea for the series.
So it's going to clash either way.
So they turn up and basically say to him, like, "How did you come up with the idea for White Knight?
Yeah.
I've been writing that on my own in my room."
Oh wow!
And then it escalates from there.
I'm sorry,
and
but
then
that is a bit of a scumbag move, though.
No, yeah, but then he feels bad about it because he's like, "Holy crap!" Like
I think you've sold it to me. I think I need to read it.
That is definitely worth a read.
It's really good. It's so underrated. I don't see anyone talking about it.
Yep.
It's really good.
I've not heard anything like that in terms of manga.
And the story keeps like not diverging off, but keeps like taking these turns either quicker or slower than I expect. And then I don't know I don't know whether this series is going to be really short or like whether they're planning on making it longer. I don't know, but like short or not, so far it's been really good. I hope they keep the quality
we
up.
have one more left. We left the best for last. God of High School.
God of High School. Yeah. Luca, did you watch episode 3?
I have. Yeah.
You can talk about this one then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go on this one. So the bit that I found most interesting is that in the previous episode, you know, it had been hinted that Jin was something special.
Special, yeah.
From episode 1, and then for the first time we see one of the executives. Pull out this.
So I referenced it as a JoJo stand, literally. Literally,
yeah.
That.
Like,
I don't even know.
Entity.
I don't even what to call it, but it made me just in that moment. I was like, so whatever this is, Jin must be one of them too.
Well,
one of them too. Yeah.
Park Mugen referenced Jin as like the tiger cub, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, because he knew his granddad, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he probably has something to do with Tiger or something. Yeah. I bet his name was Tiger or something.
I don't know if you want to call it a demon or, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something, but
I'm literally calling
his eyes fascinate me as well.
Yeah, I thought this as well. Same eyes as thing, innit?
Yeah.
Same eyes as Jin. I'm like,
and it's almost like the cross that I can't remember that guy's name that he
Park Mugen.
Can we just talk about that religious society because they're also associated with this?
Yeah, right at the beginning of the episode, that was kind of like out of nowhere and then never got referenced for the rest of the episode. Like, no, I like because we were saying, weren't we, on that we think maybe, like, I mean, a cross, obviously a very big like religious symbol. Yeah, kind of thing. I think could he be like the leader of them?
Well, yeah, I reckon he's associated with them in some ways. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of mental thing.
Maybe he's like the child of Satan or something.
Something, like
could be. This guy, mate. He made Jin eat that fruit, and like, you know, we call it like a
Satan himself.
Like, we kind of like referenced it as like a devil fruit in some way.
No, yeah, Except for instead of tasting, instead of tasting bad, it almost killed him.
Blood spilling out.
If it had been an apple, it would have been like a sure religious thing. Because an apple
that's true.
It's like the most religious.
Well, I think that's why he tricked him in terms of he gave him a whole bag of fruits, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's not suspicious, is he? You know.
That's
true.
But like, also they had the combats between Ymira and the that one, that one was really cool with her zero hand. It's kind of like what Zoro does with his he's done that before, the zero hand.
The no hand style.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luca, that was in the movie. Yeah. I'm not sure if you've seen that one.
I've seen a clip of that. Don't worry.
Seen the clip? Yeah, that shit's hard. Yeah, no, but like we were saying as well. Like, is she actually just using the sword out of like, her backstory, but actually she's better without it, or did it just catch that other girl by surprise?
I her whole like. I mean, you remember she used her like the I can't remember what her special move was, like the something bomb.
The wrestler girl. Yeah.
But she didn't look like she took that much damage from it, or like she.
Yeah, she seems pretty tanky so far.
Yeah,
like she takes hits.
We also got a background to Hana Daiwei, or have you? His fight was really cool against the Bat guy.
Bat guy was sick.
Martial arts,
Yeah, that was so cool.
The guy's like, he's trying to prove that nerds can fight, essentially. He's just logic will bring you, wins.
He purely wanted to test a theory, which I think is like dope. Like he he made himself really strong and read up on everyone's all the like kung fu styles and that, all the martial arts styles, and just
the thing is, when Han unleashed his stances, obviously his attacks will get a lot faster. We didn't get to see the fourth stance because obviously he pretty much knocked the guy out.
Yeah.
But that's
gonna be super interesting to see.
What's interesting, I can't lie, I saw it on Twitter and it kind of like made me think was the so like how he stance 2 is like Vermilion Snake, right? And you kind of vaguely see us like the snake or like the kind of thing. Everyone was saying, is that like the start? Maybe Han's gonna have like kind of like the potential to do what the other guy done.
So I'm gonna quickly. It's like the 4 deities.
Yeah.
So essentially, they're represented like you have the snake, you have the Vermilion, you have the white tiger, and I can't remember the last. I don't know if the last was just gonna be the dragon.
Yeah.
I think that is the way they're gonna do it. I believe.
That's cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
But yeah.
No, really good so far.
But it was a banger of an episode.
It was.
Yeah, it was sick. I'm really enjoying that series.
I think it's been good. Got
anyway,
good potential.
We'll move on. SJ is on break this week, as we all know, so not much to talk about. With One Piece and that.
God damn it, Shiny Jump.
The only interesting thing I have to say was that there was a tweet that I saw that apparently the One Piece editor
I saw
revealed
that
on an official live stream that the next chapter 986 was the first since he took over a year ago. That made him cry. Now we could talk about that for ages. But in reality, it's probably just something stupid. Either way.
I think it's more of the sentimental. I think it's just a sentimental value.
I think maybe like Luffy having like this powerful speech, maybe.
Maybe. What was it? So apparently, like Oda's editors are actually known to over-exaggerate things. Like
they have done.
So people have just been posting loads of stuff like memes and stuff.
I think it's just unique because apparently this is the first time he's cried.
So
that's the only bit that sets apart from everyone else.
That's crazy. He cried because Kid had so much potential, but he ends up getting impaled by King. That's crazy.
Spoilers.
All right, moving on. Anyway, so to the meat of this podcast, then going back to the My Hero 6.
My Hero time
popularity poll. We're celebrating My Hero this week, so
happy birthday, My Hero!
From here on out,
My Hero Academia.
Happy birthday! We'll be discussing.
Always get that one.
We'll be discussing My Hero. So again, spoilers. This is your warning. Leave now if you're not completely up to date. Leave now.
Before you leave, like and subscribe.
Make sure you follow our socials. Check out all our vids.
And start reading My Hero. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong?
We've got to plug it somewhere, alright?
You could just tell them to mute the whole thing. Just keep it in the background. just get a view.
Just
a meme on React.
We need the watch time. Anyway. Before we get into our predictions, let's just all start off with like a sentence or two about what we like about the series. I've already spoken about it at length in the first podcast, So if you want to hear all of my opinions on it,
one word either.
Go back to that. My favourite character. Well, yeah, it's my favourite series. My favourite character is Bakugo. Nothing else needs to be said. I'm a big stan. Lou, do you want to go first? Give a short speech.
Short. Remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to think actually.
Just like favourite character and
favourite character is Tokiyami. Favourite character is Tokiyami. I think I just like the way. Yeah, from the
Who's he again?
I'm
only joking.
My favourite scene. My favourite scene. Oh, I don't know. I really liked Bakugo versus Deku.
Yes.
Which one?
The one
the
where
big
Bakugo
one.
finds out the truth.
I
really like that fight scene. I also like the scene where Deku, Todoroki, and Ida, when they fire off the ice to get Bakugo back.
Yep, when they you know when they had to make it so Kirishima, he had to grab Kirishima's hand because he's not going to grab Deku's hand. And like
that meant a
Bakugo
lot.
had that moment.
Anyone that's a fan of that boy band, which hopefully Tokiyami joins, but that bromance of Kirishima and Bakugo is pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
cool, so.
I think if you're a Bakugo stan, your second favorite character by default is Kirishima.
I mean, he's like the bro. He's the package, isn't he? Like, you know. I mean, okay, but you forget the main question. Right. Who's your favorite waifu? Sorry, I just need to add this.
Who's that? Mine.
Well,
yeah.
Be careful answering this question, boy.
Oh, that's kind of hard.
There's a few. There's a few.
Not worth the joke.
I think I've got. Huh?
No, sorry. Oh.
I feel like I don't know which one Jordan's gonna go for because I got a feeling Jordan could go for two.
I'm stuck right now between two. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Toga and Jiro, 100%.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let's
Damn
go.
it. Oh no, Ashley though.
Okay, what's your one? Not
Acid
Jordan's.
Girl.
Yeah.
So mine was gonna be my one was gonna be either Jiro or is it Nejire?
Yeah,
the third
Year.
Yes.
Yes.
Them two.
All right. Okay.
All right, Jordan, do you want to go next?
Okay. So I got into my hero like when it started, kind of thing. Me and Ewan were talking about the series.
I was literally pushing on you.
Yeah, you were like, it's gonna be really good, honest, and I'm like, you know what? I just don't like the look of this green head bitch boy.
Yeah, I basically sat down with 3 different people and told them, watch the first episode, you will love it.
Yeah, and before the Deku stands get on my back, right? I like him now. Okay, character development did happen. Like,
he got a lot better.
Yeah. But no, I really like the series. Like I said, I kind of like I liked it, like overhaul arc and everything. But the big jump for me was in the manga at the moment, the villain arc. So that's so in saying that, my favorite character throughout most of the series, or he's still up there, like top 3, not second, is Kirishima, right? But because of, like I have been Shiggy stan since day one, but he weren't showing up.
Yeah, to be fair.
And then, oh my god, the development Horikoshi's given him, man. He's just one of the best in my opinion.
I think out of a lot of animes, he's been given the best villain backstory, development. Honestly, as a development, you don't get.
When he first showed up, he was like not a hooligan, but kind of like just a goon. Like it looked like he was just working for him.
Your first impressions weren't exactly, it looks like.
Yeah, it's like when you have like a young hero who's like kind of like just doing you don't think he's to be anything special or any blah blah blah, like Deku kind of thing. But now Shigaraki's like he's grew, and now he's just insane. Like in terms of
now he's
just his whole the way he thinks and everything has changed, and that's been since series 1, since the time where he met Deku in that mall and stuff, and he worked out, I need to destroy All Might. To how he looks at everything now is just insane. And yeah, so favorite character now, Shigaraki. Kirishima is a very close second. Sorry, Kirishima. But my favorite scene, I mean, there's been so many good Shiggy scenes lately, man. I don't know. It's gonna be one of them. There's one panel though.
Yeah, I know which one.
I always send, and I always send it to Luca especially, right? He's really sick of seeing it at this point, right? But it's the one where he jumps up on that kind of like, what's the word, like the wall, and he's against like bundles of people, and he just swipes across them all, and they all disintegrating together. And oh my god, Horikoshi went off. He went off.
I'm not sick of seeing it.
Seeing that, yeah, it's amazing. I just love that panel so much. Like, even though that's before, like, well, he's Quirk had obviously evolved, but that's before all like the war stuff where he's like super powerful and stuff. But just the way it's drawn, the way he's just so casual about it, it's just yeah, I love it a lot. Love it a lot. And what was the last one? Oh, favorite wife.
Yeah. If you need to choose two, you can choose two if that's easy for you.
Oh, I feel like right, because I know Emon's, I'm gonna go with the other one I had. So I'm gonna say Toga because villain. I love her. Like, yeah. Well, no, it was either that or Mirako because Mirako obviously showed up, but like I feel like Emon loves it in Mirako. So
no, but she's not my favorite one. She's not my favorite. But she's up there. She's up there.
But like Toga, I always liked, and then like because I just like the messed up characters, but then she's actually like the last couple arcs, her fights and everything, and her interactions with Twice after like what happened to him, just oh my god, man! Like she's just, I really hope like, it still remains to be seen, like whether she'll fulfill the potential that I've given her in my head, but like I think she's a sick character. So Toga best girl.
Emon.
Yeah, so I've been here since day one, you know, I made sure to promote this anime to everyone I could find. I mean, when it first came out, like, there was a lot of hype around it in terms of, even before, like, they showed trailers, because basing off, like, the mangas when it first came out, there was, there's potential there, like, it could be part of the next, part of the next generation of, big animes. I mean that's how I pretty much got started off with, and you know what, even like the early episodes, I just loved the concept of how, even like I know as much of Deku is a playing character, well he looks like a playing character, but like the concept of how he developed One for All and all that stuff, I love that. He's the vessel. He's not ready. He could shatter any moment. You know what I mean? The whole development, I think they've done really well. In terms of favorite character, Luca hates me anyway for it, but it's Shoto. Shoto, half and half. I mean he's had a deep backstory in terms of his dad pretty much neglecting the whole family, and then it drove his mum to insanity to the point where she chucked a kettle of boiling water at him. So hence he's got like that mark. Even like the whole origin of Endeavor was obsessed with trying to give birth to a kid that could potentially be All Might. That's pretty much the whole I mean the whole concept of putting ice and fire together. It does work in some ways in terms of if he overuses his ice abilities, he can heat it up again, like he won't freeze over. So cool. Favorite scene, damn, there's been so many, like even like the All Might One for All, when you use the United States of Smash, that was literally fire. That was fire. Even Endeavor's Plus Ultra Prominence Burn. That was really the animation. You know what? Other than the whole Beyblade scene, where you're spinning around, but it was really cool. But even like stuff like Shiggy, as Jordan mentioned, the whole when he just swiped his hand, that shit is so good.
Also, I want to also say about a scene where like he literally steps on Endeavor, like come on, like crazy.
Okay, anyway. So I'm not gonna say, I don't want to say like I mean stuff like that. I don't want to say too much around, but when you see Shigaraki now, what the shit he does,
he's I mean like he's got to be the strongest character in the universe.
Well, at the moment. He has to be one of the strongest ones, but it's a matter of whether he can control his powers. But I'm not going to get into that too much right now. In terms of villains,
for another day.
It is. For villains, I really like Darby, but Shigaraki recently, I think Shigaraki takes it right now. But Darby, I'm sorry, but at this point I'm going to throw it out. We think it's Shoto's brother, the one that's
everyone thinks.
I don't know what else. Or the other thing could be be his body that's been modified. I don't know. Like so many different ways we could look at it.
Horikoshi trolling.
I feel like it's too easy to say that's his brother. You know what I mean? I feel like he could pull U-turn on that. But like even Darby when he came in and stopped, kind of stopped the Hawks.
Yeah.
Carrying on, but like
should have burned him.
That was deep because he revealed himself to Hawks, and that was censored. But they're teasing us. Favorite wifey. So it's literally the one Lou said, but Nejiri has to be up there for me. Nejiri. I really like her design. Yeah. But if it's gonna be number 2, I think it's Toga, and then number 3 will be Mirko.
Oh, Mirko didn't make top 3 or top 2.
No, I've liked Toga a while back. Yeah. Anyway, so I like her demeanor, and especially the whole thing with Twice. I think she's gonna get some mad shit going on soon with her. But that's me.
I feel like if she sees Hawks.
Oh my god! I hope that happens.
Well, she needs to know if whoever, I don't know, if she knows, if she's aware that.
Yeah. That might be a later arc.
Yeah,
but no, yeah.
You never know. Darby could reveal it.
Yeah.
Just to go back on myself quickly, because you guys added some stuff in there. I guess my favourite villain would be, again, it's a toss up between Shiggy and Darby at the moment. I've seen a lot of hate for Darby at the moment. But I honestly don't understand it.
I don't know how you can hate him.
Yeah, like he's the only one apart from Shiggy who has taken out 2 top 10 pro heroes.
That's why I want to put one thing out with Darby. He doesn't give a shit about the villains either. He's doing whatever he wants to do.
Give him a minute.
Yeah,
exactly. Anyway, and in terms of favourite girl in the series,
what did you say, Jordan?
Alright, can you guys pipe down? Let him finish.
I'm gonna say Midnight because I stand Midnight.
Okay. So we
Okay.
refer Luca
to.
Luca is literally Mineta at this point.
Oh
He
no,
actually is. That's crazy.
Mineta is a pervert. I'm just small. That's
I don't know. He has a thing. He has a thing for Midnight. I'm not gonna lie. He has a thing for Midnight.
Nah,
Luca, I don't even want to argue. I don't even want to argue that on a podcast.
It even makes me feel the fact that you're simping for Midnight.
I'm not simping for Midnight.
Alright,
Pray for Midnight. Anyways, back to what we were meant to be doing.
Give us your favourite.
Predicting the poll.
Oh, you want to do that? Oh, okay.
So I'll go first, I guess, since I'm already speaking.
Go for it.
So my whole belief for when doing this ranking is that despite our, as in us, this group of people's love for villains,
This is a popularity contest.
This is a popularity contest. Villains are not going to all of a sudden dominate the top 10 because of their amazing moments that they've had in this arc.
That's what you think, bitch.
Maybe I could be.
You never know. You never know. But yeah.
You never know. Okay, so my number 10, I've given to Tokoyami.
Okay.
So he's sort of like, he's never really been too high up. He's been in between like 25 and 10, always pretty mid between there. But that's because he is extremely underrated. You know, that's been a constant theme with Bakugo, showing him how easily certain quirks can counter others and stuff like that. You know, and although I would say, was extremely lucky to survive the attack from Darby, you know, plot armor and all that.
Let's not talk about that.
He also did extremely well to get Hawks, you know, out of that situation.
He shouldn't have, but he did.
And survive himself. You know, he's done really well. I think he's gonna crack top 10.
That's good.
And it'll be well deserved. Number 9, I've put Endeavor. I was a bit conflicted on this one because I wanted to put him higher, but I'm also like, I don't think the majority of people have completely forgiven him yet, and he still hasn't had like a big decisive win. He's done a lot. He's given so much. He's put so much effort in. But he's still not had that Endeavor moment. So I can't really put him much higher than 9th. I don't think. Maybe you guys will disagree. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, he was starting to get cool and then he got stepped on, so he probably dropped a few for that.
Yeah, there you go.
I said the same.
You're not
thing
gonna
as
let
you,
that go,
but
are
I
you?
think because of the people's love for Todoroki, I think that will hurt their love for Endeavor.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. I could get into a whole conversation about Endeavor and
Okay,
but
yeah.
we'll
What's
leave
your
that
next
for another day.
What's your next one?
Yeah, number 8, I've put Kirishima. Now, again, this was another tough one because, as you'll find out, I've dropped a lot of what you would call consistent characters from this top 10. But I kept Kirishima in because out of all of those, I'd say consistent characters, I think he has the most solid fan base. So despite the fact that he hasn't... so despite the fact that he hasn't done much this arc, I still feel like his loyal voters are going to keep him in the top 10. No complaints for me. I absolutely love the guy, But yeah, for me, people like either Uraraka, Momo are probably going to lose their spots, but Kirishima will keep his spot, I reckon, in the top 10. Number 7, Toga. I've put Toga in because I believe Toga is going to get a lot of the clout from Twice's death. So I don't think Twice is going to be in the top 10 because I think Toga is going to get the clout from that death because of her reaction to it.
Yeah.
And this will be the highest she's finished. But I don't think I can put her much higher than this because the characters that are coming have had huge moments, whereas although she had a very powerful moment, a lot of her fighting and murder spree was done out of sight. So number 6, I've put Mirko, the bunny hero. She was the MVP at the start of this arc. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Mate, taking on 5 Nomus is
absolutely huge. I refer to her personally as what I imagine Bakugo will be like when he becomes a pro hero.
I love that.
I think she's got.
So you think he's going to lose an arm?
I think she is the female Bakugo. I think because people love Bakugo, they'll love her. And she'll rocket straight into the top 6 of this list.
Okay.
Like straight up, she's been huge. But the
5.
top 5. So 5th, I've got Eraserhead. Eraserhead is already an immensely popular character, and I feel like from all the stuff that's happened in this arc, that's just going to get stronger.
Yeah, he's always been up there anyway, around the top 10.
Yeah, he's always been up there. I think he's a solid number 5. That's all I have to say on Eraser. I absolutely adore him.
Yeah, great character.
But again, he is more of like, the reason I can't put him any higher than 5th is because he's been more support than actual front line so far. Number 4, I've got Shiggy. So this will be the highest I think a villain has ever finished.
I think so as well.
He is the most popular. He is the most popular villain from all the previous polls. And his personality has been amazing in this arc. It's he's so funny.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. I think how he's has changed.
I think he's sure thing for 4th place. I could have put him 3rd, but I'll explain why I didn't. And it's because 3rd is still Shoto. The reason I have Shoto 3rd is because despite the fact that, again, sort of like Kirishima, he hasn't done a lot this arc. His fan base is just so big. Even if he loses a few votes to Shiggy or Mirko, I can't see people catching up to that.
That's fair enough.
Number 2, I think there's going to be a big gap between 2 and 3. I think Shoto will lose votes, whereas Deku, who is my 2nd spot, will continue to gain them. And then Deku's the MC.
So he's always going to be
top 3.
Top 3 is easy, like, for those kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And then number 1 is Bakugo. He's got a huge lead. He's had incredible moments in this arc. From the bits of character development to the massive attack on Shiggy. I think, I think he's going to be unchallenged completely. Number one, still.
There's a bit of bias there, but I can see that.
I do want to give.
And do you know what? He just didn't want us to say anything because he's putting all the characters we like, and he's been respectful about it. He's like, they won't chat shit about it.
I love all the characters in this show. That's why I love the series. Anyway, honourable mentions. I was gonna put Crossed at 10, but I don't think he's gonna get enough votes.
Crossed had a really cool moment, but yeah.
Yeah, and I want to give a big shout out to Kaminari as well because he had an incredible moment. Yeah. But again, I don't think it's gonna be enough. Anyway, Lou, do you want to go next?
Yeah, go on then. So, mine's a little bit similar to Luca's because I agree that I can't see, although twice dying, I don't think he will be in the top 10. And I don't think Dabby will break into the top 10. So I've only got two of the villains in mind as well. But number 10 for me is Endeavour. I think that Endeavour will still be very popular, but I do think because of the popularity of Todoroki, it will hurt Endeavour's popularity. Number 9. Number 9 I've put Hawks because I still think Hawks will be in the top 10. I still think a lot of people will, although I not necessarily agree completely, but I think a lot of people will still. Yeah, I think a lot. He's been in it a lot, and I still think a lot of people will like. A lot of people still like him, and they like the way he looks and everything. His whole design.
Whoa.
Number.
George, is your mic okay? It's making mad sounds.
Is it?
Yeah.
Number 8, I'm going Uraka. Although she hasn't done a lot, I still think that she's going to make the list. I think that she's going to make the list because she's.
Sorry.
Is it still doing it?
No, it's okay. I think wherever you're clicking, it kept making a weird sound.
I was trying to save my thing, but it's okay. I'll save it later.
I think she's still going to make the list because she's like Deku's love interest, and we think she's Deku's love interest. Well, fairly certain.
I still ship it. I don't care what people say.
That's still Deku's shit. And I still think she's going to make the list.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
7th, I've done Kirishima. Kirishima finished 4th on the last one, but I think because of the love for the people I've got ahead of him recently and how much they've had, I think that's why they've gone ahead of him.
Yeah, he also had a massive year that year.
Yeah, so he had the whole like overhaul arc, which he was massive in.
Yeah. So it makes
6th,
sense.
I've gone Toga because everyone knows about Toga. Similar to what Luke said, like she's the second most popular villain, I think. Clearly, obviously the polls show that, but I think that female character wise, although she's not like she is probably one of my favorite female characters. I do think she's possibly like the best female character in this series. Her seeing more of Mirko was good, or Mirko. I think she's a very, very good character as well. I think them two are two of the better characters.
Definitely.
5th, Azawa. Again, like Lucas said, I just think that there's so many people that love Azawa, but because he's not as crucial, not necessarily as crucial, but because he's not as main or integral as the 4 ahead of him, he's not going to break into the top 4. But he's had a lot. He's had a lot in the most recent bits. Like even now, like he is literally, if it wasn't for him, they'd be ruined. Like right now.
Oh yeah, that's.
And also, you've got the whole. I think a lot of people also. I think his popularity will rise because you've learned so much. You've learned so much more about him recently with the whole backstory with Kurogiri, and President Mike and stuff like that. I think that's boosted his popularity as well, even more, or made it stronger. This one is a bit more controversial because although there's a massive gap, I'm going to put Shoto 4th, so I've put Todoroki 4th. I think mainly that is because maybe he's just had less. Although I don't know, I think maybe he's been less integral to it at the minute. I reckon he's got to be. I reckon he's gonna get a bit in the war, Like, he needs something to happen. Because at the minute, like, at the start of the series, you thought they was going to be like him, Bakugo, Deku, that were going to be like on a level playing field. But Deku and Bakugo seem so far ahead of him at the minute. He's got to have some part that's like...
Yeah, I still feel like he'll be important in the future.
I think...
I still think he'll be important. Yeah.
The problem
I just
for
think
him at the moment...
he's not had something for a while.
Yeah.
Because even if you look at Class A1B, like, would you have thought that when you first saw Todoroki... Like, if you put Deku and Bakugo in them positions in Class 1 and Class 1AB, do you think that Tetsu's causing them the same problem that they caused back Todoroki?
I mean, it's a slightly different...
I don't necessarily think that's the case.
I think it's a different fighting style, though, what you're mentioning.
Yeah, because Tetsu really set up to counter Shoto in that one.
Yeah, because he's trying to be more heat resistant.
It's weird because Tetsu's actually smarter than we think.
Definitely.
Yeah, people think he's a wannabe Kirishima at this point. Like, but no, he does have... I like his little ship with Kendo.
Yeah, so I'm not... I think maybe he might have lost some fans. Maybe he still stays third, but I've got him on fourth on mine.
Okay.
Yeah. Third, I've got Shigaraki. I don't know if we need to talk about it anymore because he's just ridiculous. Like, the man is literally God.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous at the minute,
and he's funny as well.
Yeah, he's got such. He's not just like. So, All for One didn't really have much of a character. He's just like brute strength. Like, he's just strong.
I still thought ridiculous. Pretty charismatic though. You know, like
yeah. But then, like,
the stuff with All for One,
he has
I do
some
like.
Comedy. Yeah, but so Shigaraki third. I think obviously I'm gonna keep Deku second, mainly because I think Bakugo is just so consistent in it, and people love Bakugo.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think he's
a strong year. Like.
Yeah, although Tokoyami is my favorite character, I think Bakugo is the best character.
Yeah,
like in the series.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's my 1 and 2. I think second Deku, first Bakugo, and then honorable mentions. I've put Kaminari as well. I think that he has a massive bit, and I think all of our like hearts melted a little bit with the panel with Jiro. Like that whole thing, I think that was
deep.
Something that that was really nice to see.
It was very, you can see the ship.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. Also, All Might. Although All Might's character has changed and he's not on the like front lines fighting, I think he's still a fatherly
up
figure.
That's what he is.
Yeah, his role in the series has changed, but he's
what a teacher's meant to be, kind of thing, you know.
That's what he is. So I still think he's up there, and I've put honorable mentions Mirako because I still think I don't know if she's gonna break top 10. I'm hoping she does because I think she deserves it. But I've based my one basically on the fact that like there's a lot of characters that have had their biggest parts before in the past, but haven't broke the top 10.
Yeah.
So it depends how much this one is of value because it's the war. It might hold more value than the one they did in before. Yeah. But yeah, that's my top 10.
Yeah.
That's a good top 10.
Right, Jordan, do you want to go next?
Okay. So my top 10. So 10th is one that I was debating for ages. 10th was Shigaraki. 9th was Tamura.
Wow.
8th was the person that steps on Endeavour. 7th was Shiggy. 6th was... No, I'm joking. But yeah, I would put all top 10 of Shigaraki if I could. Honestly, they just need 10 Shigaraki in one panel. That's what they need.
Back and go 11.
I'm not gonna lie. I forgot we had that joke planned. I actually.
Luca was genuinely what's he with Shigaraki 10? Is he alright?
Jordan was like, Luca was like, he's putting him at 10? That's crazy.
He missed a memo.
Yeah.
Alright, go on with it.
No, 10th. Right, this is what I debated for ages, right? I didn't know... I have put, now, Kirishima, right, at 10th, right? But I wasn't sure whether it would be him or Ida, because I don't think Ida deserves it. Ida has done nothing in the past 2 arcs. Like, you guys know my position on Ida. I don't think he's done barely anything.
I think
I like his little
other than the Stain arc, he just went really quiet after that.
That's what I mean. Like, I like his little moments where he encourages Deca and stuff. Like, fair play.
Hasn't had any main. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, yeah, like I don't see how he's
great student leader.
But then, like, as you guys said, he has quite a large fan base, so that might still get him just in 10th.
Yep.
But for now, because I love the man and I feel like he deserves it more, I'm putting Kirishima at 10th.
Yep.
Yeah.
My 9th vote is Toga. As I said, my favourite female. I think she has some great moments in the latest arcs and stuff. She was already pretty high last year, I think. So I feel like she'll stay top 10, and like, you know, I think this is going to be her position really. 8th, this is one I wasn't sure whether to swap Toga with, but I put 8th as Hawks. I personally don't like Hawks, right?
But he's had a lot
why.
of features
for reasons.
Yeah, for reasons like I'm supposed to feel sorry for him even though he killed a nice man.
I mean, he did kill a villain.
What's wrong with the
No, but I can't dispute the fact that like his character design is sick. The way he fights is really cool.
His concept, yeah.
Even his personality, I think, is cool. I
know you hate him, but I do actually like him.
I don't get it because like I said this to Lou. If the Twice thing, if he was a nice guy, he shouldn't have killed him, right? In terms of like, he should have took him in or something. If All Might was in that situation, All Might wouldn't have done that.
Wouldn't have killed him.
No, I definitely agree with that. But I think that's the way he was brought up. I think the way he was trained. You know.
Yeah,
this is what Horikoshi doing.
Yeah.
Horikoshi's trying to make me feel sorry for him. It ain't happening. No.
Okay. So no, I want to say one thing. So before the thing with Twice, did you like him? Before Twice.
Thought he was alright, but I didn't know where he was going to go. And the whole Best Genius thing kind of threw me off him a bit. Because I was like,
do we think he's dead?
I don't know. Man's surviving on 1 lung at the moment, so, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, if man really killed a defenseless man, who's like, well, he's not going to be a hero anyway.
I think he's alive, but I don't know. It's like...
Yeah, but man was in a bag, literal bagged. Like, that's crazy.
He might have been He might have been in like Aizawa in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, maybe.
They could have got that meatball quirk guy from the other school to.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That would actually be placed. To be fair, I will not even be mad.
But yeah, anyway.
I don't know about you. All I need now is Washi to have his fight. That's all I need.
Why have we not put Washi in?
Yeah, why are we talking about Washi? Jordan, continue.
Because we're not like the Hero Society where we put an advertisement as number 8 and say, no, we're honestly not struggling against the villains.
Oh, yeah, well, go on. Go on, who's your next one?
Right, anyway. Okay, Hawks is done. 7th, I've put Uraraka. Yeah. I think she's a good character. I wouldn't say she's like anywhere near like my favourites, but Uraraka has some fan base. She's wholesome.
Yeah.
There's going to be fag girls, fanboys that love her, so I feel like she's still straight top 10. 6th, I thought was going to be a controversial one, but Luca has already proved that wrong because he's put her in the exact same space, and that was Mirako.
Okay.
I feel like she's really going to get a massive spike after last year.
Yeah.
Like, I even feel like it was at the perfect time in the year where it's had the perfect time to mature, and people are still kind of chatting about it.
I mean, I was basing it purely off Horikoshi's Twitter. He's been like giving everyone the Mirko fan service.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Anytime he's made like an illustration for another magazine, it's been of Mirko and things like that. So,
it's just her posing, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's got to be some kind of like.
Yeah, clearly there's a big demand for her. So
agenda.
Yeah, I don't know if he made an illustration with her, but I do like the illustrations all people are making of like Mirko and Hawks at like at the academy. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Some of the artworks of that.
That's not illustration, Sean. That's you looking at hentai.
That is not true. That is not true.
All right, moving on. We don't need to make this a hentai.
I can talk about hentai for ages, so let's just move on. Fifth I put Aizawa. I feel like a lot of ours are like similar kind of thing, like, you know, top 5 pretty cemented.
Yeah.
I put 5th as Aizawa because he was always up and around like 10th to 5th, and then this recent arc I think is just pushing to the top, but not enough to take away from Shoto, who I've put 4th. Even though I haven't seen, I can't lie, I didn't look at the gap between like Shoto the last popularity poll and the fourth character, but I feel like maybe I made a bit of a miscalculation there.
It's like 9,000.
I feel like Shigaraki has still just been so massive, and people have got to have been seeing that and had a change of heart like me.
A big spike.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna
so I feel like Shoto fourth, Shiggy third, the standard top two, Deku second because main character bias, and to be fair, he's had some pretty sick moments this year, and Bakugo because he's just been probably the most consistent character for the whole series.
Consistently,
so no, that's my top 10.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so Ivan, finally.
Okay, so mine's not as controversial. It has changed a lot more than what we were thinking earlier on. But honorable mentions, though, I would say I think All Might maybe would have been 10th for me, but because of how popular he's been throughout the whole series, again, the whole him being the he is the hero. He's the symbol of peace, isn't he? So like, not really to say too much about him. Other one would have been, I know Kaminari definitely was up there. You guys already explained that. Kirishima would have been up there as well for me. So but number 10 I put Twice.
Twice, you think he's going to break that?
I think he's going to break it just because of how much development he's had from the villain arc and everything that's happened recently with him and his relationship.
I wouldn't be mad. I'd be so
honestly. I really everyone loves the guy. No one, honestly, I don't think anyone actually hates Twice. I think everyone loves him as a character. He's such a popular character. The thing is, he's not an actual villain in that sense. He's just accepted in society. In a place. That is him. In a nutshell. Number 9, I put Endeavor. I still think he'll get in top 10, but again, kind of like the whole thing with Shoto. I think Shoto's definitely going to be a lot higher than Endeavor, but Endeavor's had a few moments, but like Jordan said, he got stomped on.
He got stomped on. Sorry, what can I say?
But Endeavor is the number 1 hero right now, so he'll definitely start some popularity.
We have to appreciate the effort he's putting in as well. Like,
don't get me wrong, I love his character development and his prominence burn when in the that scene was amazing. But number 8 would be Toga. The whole thing. Toga's always been a very popular character, but especially the thing with Twice recently, I think is gonna scale up a bit higher. Number 7, I put Aizawa. I know you guys put in your top 5, but it's really difficult. Honestly, I think he would be up there. But he's especially recently, he's been very vital in the Shigaraki fight. What would have thought his combination with what's the water guy? What's his name?
Manual.
Manual, that was it. Yeah. Him using his abilities in tandem with Aizawa, like it works so well.
That's so good.
It's just a matter of how long he can hold out without having to blink.
Horikoshi's brain.
That is like next level. You actually made someone that wasn't that much of a very popular hero at all. Someone that is,
and now he's a vital part in this massive fight. It's so cool.
Number 6, I put Hawks. I think he's just
probably about to be like number 6 Manual.
Number 6 Manual. Manual. Yes. No, I think Hawks. He's in the recent arcs. He's had a lot of involvement and his whole double agent or triple agent, whatever he wants to be. Quadruple agent. But again,
and to be fair, now he's shown up in the anime, so there probably will be actually more votes for him and stuff. So.
I know a lot of people hate him. I do actually like him, but again, the whole thing with Twice, it definitely was like
so deep, wasn't it?
It was too deep. Like I know he was like
he's a character.
I mean, he was trying to give Twice a chance, but at the same time, as a hero, you should have. I mean, gone for it.
Twice is a literal one-man army. Like, I can fully understand.
When he uses the Sandman parade,
he's a threat.
High priority to take him out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You are part of the problem.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I understand it.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Number 5, I'm going to put Shoto.
Wow.
Yeah. I would have. I wanted to put him. I would. See, I was debating him for number 4 or not, but I'm gonna be the controversial one. I'm gonna put Mirako number 4. I think her spike in popularity recently. I think it's just too many.
It'll be enough.
Too many simping over her.
too many simps, including Horikoshi himself.
But as a character, I do like her concept of her. I do like her concept. Like she just doesn't give a shit. There's a reason why she works solo. She's gonna be a badass no matter what. And the fact that she took off 5 nomies. I mean, there's
one panel of her like spinning around the Nomu's head, which was like,
her
fan
moon, like, the moon technique she used.
I want to reread
the feet, mate. She lost 2 limbs, and she was like, she's still going on. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. I don't know. I think if it was any other hero, they would just pussy it out by now. But okay, so this one was difficult, but I'm gonna be a bit different. I'm gonna put Deku third.
Okay. Yeah.
I know popularity wise probably would have been second, but I don't know, he could still be second, but I put Shiggy as second, just
Emon's the GOAT. Shiggy
I have to do it. I think Shiggy deserves it. I think if it was like based on our opinions, I think he would be number 1.
Oh yeah, like,
no, maybe not Luca's opinion. Okay, but
I want to make that
mine would have been Bakugo, Kirishima, Kaminari, top 3.
Bakugo would have been his like number 1 forever. Like, yeah.
That is a stand.
Shigaraki's character development has been far too good. Like, and the whole time, the fact that he's had All for One inside him as well.
Oh yeah,
and the fact that it wasn't technically, he didn't even realize himself, and the fact that All for One had a copy of that power as well was mad. Like, honestly, I don't know how you could think of stuff like that. It is mad.
He's going down as my favorite villain.
Number 1, just by popular demand, is going to be Bakugo.
Yeah,
I think
too much of a gap, a bridge to gap.
Yeah, but like I said, the Deku Shigaraki thing, that's the one that was a bit tough for me, with the Deku being the main character. And to be fair, Deku's had quite a few good moments as well, especially him learning his new powers.
He's had a good year.
The Black Whip and all that, like, that's quite a new moment. And then obviously he's trying to learn how to fly as well. That will be his next thing he has to learn. But that's my top 10.
I feel like I might have gone the controversial way by not putting Mirako in my top 10.
I'm looking. Yeah, in the end, I actually thought I was a bit more controversial, but everyone had it put Lou. So
I feel like I'm the most controversial.
I reckon Jordan's going to slate you for that after, but we won't talk about that on the
podcast. I am professional right now, as you can tell by my previous comments.
For me, personally, I'm surprised you all put Hawks in. I probably should have put him in 10th instead of Tokiyami, upon reflection.
I hate to say it, that wasn't even my own thing. Like, I heard like Lou and Emon talking before, and they were like, "Oh, we actually did break top 10." I'm like, "Well, fuck, he's definitely going to."
I think it was because of my bias, because I was so upset about the twice death. I completely wrote off Hawks being in the top 10. I think that was just a psychological thing, but he probably will make top 10.
Yeah.
I think. I'm looking forward now. I've got my top 10 saved. I'm going to see how we have to see how it compares.
Well, we could do a tally of who was right.
I know that I'm going to get. I reckon I'm going to get the most wrong.
You reckon?
I don't know.
To be fair,
I had a few odd ones.
No, I feel like I'm going to be good 1 to 4. So I feel like my 1 to 4 is going to be like, it's going to be them, but maybe Shiggy and Shoho might swap.
Yeah, those ones are the I
feel like 1 to 5, me, you, and Luca had pretty similar. But I feel like
we all had the same.
Yeah, I feel like the next 5 are going to be a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's so hard though. It's so hard.
I could swap Eraserhead and Shiggy, to be honest. I could put Eraserhead 4th and Shiggy 5th.
It could happen
based on the fact that Eraserhead already has such a big fan base and.
But again, this is, like I said, we took into consideration of people's votes, not just our opinions alone.
Luca, you don't understand. If Shiggy dethrones Bakugo after all this, that's the final dub.
You are cancel culture.
I will be so surprised if Shiggy breaks the top 3. Like I said, I think the top 3 is still going to be Bakugo, Deku, and Shoto. I will be surprised if Shiggy breaks top 3. I welcome it as well, because I think it's a character.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
nice. Fair.
But that's our top 10.
That's it for this week's episode, I guess. If you enjoyed it,
rejoin now just for the end.
You
can finally unmute the podcast.
And you can finally understand what everyone's reactions was for.
Timestamps will be down below as usual. But this week was mostly My Hero, so there's not going to be many. If you enjoyed it, let us know by leaving a like and subbing. Leave a comment. Give us your opinions. Let us know what you think of the podcast.
Who's your top 10?
Who's your top 10?
Your top 10.
I'd love to hear.
Let's make this competitive.
If you want us to do a personal top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know what you want to do. Let us know what you want us to do as well for the future. I mean, we have loads of ideas, but it's just about structuring it correctly and all that. So
we'll still do it in the day.
But yeah,
thank you very much. All our social medias will be down below as well if you want to follow us for the latest news on all our uploads and all that.
Yeah.
Join us again next week when I don't know when the results for this are going to be released, but
it might be the week after.
It might be probably the week after, but we still have quite a few things planned for next week either way. But
we'll probably go back to a more normal schedule next week. So tune in then. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure. Peace.
Take care. See ya.
Peace. See ya.
Bye.